All right, guys, this is recorded. Good morning. It's Mrs. Bailey. We are here for 7th grade language arts, and we are going to go over 1.05 and 1.06. I have quite a few people here, which is awesome. I'm very excited to see all of you here today. A couple of ground rules before we get started. I have the chat turned on because I will expect participation. Please make sure that you are keeping things appropriate. No side conversations, no getting off track. There are a lot of you here today, which is awesome, but I want to make sure that you stay focused, okay? So just like when you're in the regular brick and mortar classroom, you want to pay attention and stay focused. No side conversations, all right? So if you are ready to go, give me a nice big smiley face this morning. In the chat box, smiley faces if you are ready to rock and roll. Awesome. Good. Happy smiles this morning. And to remind you guys, you should have also pulled up on your Chromebook your lesson for this week, which is 1.05 and 1.06. We are going to cover 1.05 and 1.06. I know it's early in the week and you may not have read the lessons yet. That's okay. This is going to be a brief overview of what is expected in the lesson, how to do the assignments, and then at the end, if you have questions, we'll go over that. At the end, if you're confused about something or if you have questions, you can upload things, hang out, and you and I can go over it and I can walk you through it, okay? So let's get started. Let's jump right into it. Again, have notes. Pull up 1.05 so we can refer back to it, and get ready to learn and have some fun. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you need to. So 1.05, you can see that already module, we're about halfway, believe it or not, halfway through the module. So 1.05 is comparing different mediums, videos, audios, and books. What's really cool about this lesson with 1.05 is that you not only get to read a really neat kind of creepy poem, you also get to hear it being read to you. So this helps distinguish the differences. Our 3 objectives for 1.05 to distinguish between the experience of reading a story and listening to an audio, video, or live version of the text, because it is really different when you read something or when you listen to something or see it. Okay? The other thing that you're going to do is after you listen to it and read it, you're going to express the differences between what you visualize when you read a text and what you perceive when you watch or listen to the text. It's very different to read a book and then see the movie version of it or listen to the audio version of it. And that's what we go over on 1.05. And then at the end, you are going to do your assignment for 1.05, which we will go over, is to write a paragraph comparing and contrasting the written text and the audio. Okay? Questions, put them in the text box if you have questions. Awesome, let's continue on. So this is exciting because this is one of my favorite stories. The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe is what you need to take care of and listen, and it's fantastic, guys, for this lesson. So you will read and listen to an audio for the poem Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. Okay, you'll work with this text and audio for this lesson and for your assignment. Now, let's see. Thumbs up if you are familiar with Telltale Heart. Thumbs up if you are familiar with Telltale Heart. Good. Awesome. Okay, so about half of you. About half of you have read Telltale Heart before. It's fantastic. It's a little creepy. It is written by Edgar Allan Poe, and it was written over 100 years ago. Some of the language might be a little bit difficult for you, so take your time. If you need to, look up words, find out, make sure you understand what the words that are being said in the poem. Okay? So after you read and listen to Telltale Heart, you want to go over the differences. So the lesson goes into much more detail. Remember, this is an overview of what we're going over. Okay, so this is an overview. This is not the entire lesson. I still expect you to go in and read the entire lesson, okay? And also take your notes. Good. Read through the lesson and take your notes. This is just an overview so we can go into the assignment, right? I see some people joining us a few minutes late. That's fine. But just a reminder, guys, I always start right on time, so you want to get here a few minutes early. If you haven't read The Telltale Heart before, that's fine, okay? So let's go over the 3 different mediums. The first one is text, okay? So text is the first one. That's the one that we use a lot. That's the one that we usually do in language arts. So when you're reading a text, it uses specific techniques like written words, detailed descriptions, written dialogue, and the reader's own pace and imagination. When you're reading a story for fun, you'll see the written words, the detailed descriptions, the dialogue, and you use your own imagination and your own pace. Maybe you read quickly, maybe it takes you longer. With a text, it's really your own imagination and pace that helps distinguish that text for you. Okay? The next medium would be audio. When you listen to an audio on tape, or tape is old, I'm dating myself, guys. When you listen to something online or when you download a file. Okay, so audio uses music, sound effects, and vocal inflection. Has anybody ever listened to the audio of the Harry Potters? Give me a thumbs up if you've ever listened. Thumbs up if you've ever listened to the audio recording of Harry Potter. Okay, so I've got one person who has. All right, stay focused. A couple people who have. If you've listened to the audio of Harry Potter or of any other books on tape or that you download, you can tell that the audio, the characters are great. The actor that reads those does different voices for each characters, and it's a fantastic audio representation. Okay? If you have not listened to books on audio, Overdrive through the public library is free for you guys. I have the link on my pace chart. You guys can take a look at that, and you can download books on audio. It's a really neat way to listen to a story. Okay? So you will do audio because you're going to listen to Telltale Heart. When you listen to Telltale Heart, I want you to listen for the music, sound effects, and voice inflection. Okay? What makes it creepy? Someone earlier said it was creepy. What makes it creepy on the audio? Right? And the last one is video. So when you're watching a movie or TV show based on a text, the third medium is audio. Music, special effects, camera shots. Is it a wide angle, a short angle? Do they zoom in on the character? What costumes do they use? The sets and the props. Okay? So those are the 3 different mediums. Okay? All 3 mediums, do you know what all 3 mediums do? All 3 mediums are used to enhance a story and affect your emotions. So whether it's text, audio, or video, the whole purpose is to enhance a story and affect your emotions. Okay? Questions. Fino, did you have a question? Okay, questions. Again, you guys, this is a really quick review. This is not in depth of the lesson. You need to go into 1.05 and really read it carefully. Okay, this chart is right from 1.05. So you should copy this into your notes when you read the lesson. Okay, now we get into what the assignment is. So I want you guys to look at 1.05, right? And go to the last page and look at the assignment. When you look at the assignment, it's going to be like this, but I changed it a little bit. It says select the compare and contrast organizer on your pace chart. In the lesson, it tells you to click here but then you can't write in the file. What I want you to do is go to the paste chart, and you'll see that I made a Google Doc for the graphic organizer. Right? So go to your paste chart, everyone. Pull up 1.05 graphic organizer. And give me a thumbs up when you have clicked on the 1.05 graphic organizer on your paste chart. So thumbs up when you have clicked on 1.05 graphic organizer on your paste chart. And if you are confused, you can hang out at the end and I'll help you out, okay? So when you click on 1.05 graphic organizer, what happens is it pulls up a Google Doc that I created. Now you can't write on this Google Doc. So what do you have to do? You've pulled up 1.05 graphic organizer. You can't write on it. So what do you do, Alicia? Make a copy. I see Kira and Daisy have it. Good. You make a copy. Nope, you don't copy and paste it onto a Word doc. You make a copy of it and add it to your Google Drive. You should name the copy. So you should put your name. So if my name was Mickey Mouse, I would put mmouse 1.05. So instead of it saying copy 1.05 graphic organizer, I'm going to change it to my name 1.05. Thanks, Ashley. I'm a big Mickey fan. Okay. Nope, don't use DocHub, Daisy. This is the easier way to do it. How do you make a copy? Good question, Nathan. How do you make a copy, guys? File, make a copy. All right, go on File, make a copy. No, do not print it, Fino. Do not print it. You want to make sure that you are doing this in Google. You are making a copy of it. You are not printing it. And Kira, you can right-click on the Chromebook. Awesome. No, Fino, we don't download as a PDF, not yet. Okay? So, everyone has 1.05 graphic organizer up. They've made a copy, and then they've added it to their Google Drive. All right, do that now. You add it to Drive, then right-click and click Make a Copy. Good, Kira. Thank you. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you have made a copy of 1.05 and put it in your Google Drive. Awesome. Some of the files you'll notice when you pull them up in Educator are RTFs. You can't write on those. Go to your paste chart because I have turned all of those into Google Documents. Okay? Awesome. It looks like a few of you are still working on that. If you can't get it, once we're done, I'll help you. So for 1.05, after you go through 1.05, okay, you fill out the graphic organizer, you write your compare and contrast paragraph. Okay, when you go to turn it in, what do you need to do before you go to Gradebook to turn it in? PDF. Good job, Nathan. Save it as a PDF. File, download as PDF. Spell check, yes, Joey, please do that too. Okay. And then where do you go to turn it in? Okay. Where do you go to turn it in? You've changed it to a PDF. Gradebook, good. You can go to either Assessments or Gradebook, but I want you to all go through Gradebook. Why is it better to go through Gradebook? Why is it better to go through Gradebook? Good, Daisy, so you can see your grade. Why else? Why else is it important? It's important because if you need to resubmit something, you need to go through Gradebook. So anytime you need to resubmit a quiz or an assignment, you go through Gradebook. So I don't even want you guys to use assessments. I want you to go through Gradebook. All right? So to turn it in, you go through Gradebook. And exactly, Daisy, an assessment, it disappears. So I want you to go through Gradebook, okay? Awesome. Does anybody have questions on how to turn 1.05? Make a copy of it. Awesome. Joey, hang out towards the end and I'll go through it with you. It looks like we're ready to move on. Okay, so let's walk through the assignment. Now you know you need to go to the pace chart. You need to make a copy of 1.05. Now these are the directions. And again, this is on the 1.05 assignment. Reread the text medium, Edgar Allan Poe's short story, Telltale Heart. Anytime you see something in your lessons that are a different color, like orange, what should you do? Anytime you're reading through your lessons and you see something in a different color, you should, awesome guys, click on it. Why? Because it's a hyperlink. So this is a PDF, it won't do it. But when I click on this in my lessons, so in your lessons, because you should have 1.05 pulled up, click on it and it will bring you up the story of the Telltale Heart. So go do that. You should all be on 1.05 right now. Go to your lessons for 1.05. Go to the last page. The assignment, number 3, where it says read the instructions. Right? You don't need to save the story, Daisy. I just want you to make sure you know where the story is. All right? Awesome. So when you click on that in 1.05, you'll see the Telltale Heart. Okay? And then the directions. As you read, fill in your ideas about pace, character, and mood in the organizer. Again, that goes back to the graphic organizer that I showed you. This one. So those are the things that you're looking for. Right? Consider the techniques used in the text, such as your imagination, descriptions of setting and mood. How do these affect you? That's your key thing. How does this affect you? Right, so you write that down, you fill that out in 1.05, and then the next thing you do is you listen to the audio medium, the Telltale Heart. And in the lessons, you can click on it and play the audio. Right? And then the same thing, you fill out the pace, character, and mood. How does it affect you? The next thing you do is in the organizer, that 1.05 that you made a copy of, you write your claim. All right, what's your opinion? How does the differences affect you? Yes, you do listen to the whole thing, Daisy. It's part of your lesson. Remember, you should be working for an hour each day in each of your classes. Okay? Questions? It's audio, right? Well, there's a text and an audio, yes. Okay, so you've read the text, you wrote down things in your graphic organizer. You listen to the audio the entire 15 minutes, and you write things down in your graphic organizer. But there's 2 parts to this, so you're not done yet. The second part, part 2. And this is all in the instructions, guys, but I want to go over it because sometimes people forget to do the second part, and then I have to send it back to you. So the second part is you're writing a blog post to your friends, comparing and contrasting the text medium and the audio medium of the Telltale Heart, analyzing how the pace, character, and mood varied with each medium and how these differences affected you. So use the ideas in your organizer to write your post, okay? So take your information from your graphic organizer, and then you're going to write a blog post, okay? So Ashley, you're asking, can you read the story and listen to the audio at the same time? No, I wouldn't recommend it. You have to do the first thing, you do the text, And then in your graphic organizer, you write down how it affected you. And then you listen to the audio and you write down how it affected you, because you're comparing and contrasting. And you want to see the differences between the two mediums. All right. So with your blog post, part 2, you have to have 3 parts. Part 1 is your introduction sentence. You need the title, author, and your claim. Part 2, the body. You want to write about the pace, character, and mood, how it affected you in each medium. So I don't want to hear just about the text, and I don't want to hear just about the audio. You need to compare and contrast both mediums. And then part 3, your conclusion sentence. Restate your ideas about your claim. Okay? Questions? Give me a thumbs up if you understand. All right. Hold on, guys. I'm getting there. All right. Awesome. Kira, yes, we are going over, we're previewing 1.05 and 1.06. They're due this Friday. Okay, so I'm not going into detail. What I'm doing is I'm giving you guys an overview so everybody has ideas on how to do the assignment. Okay? If you have questions, you can hang out at the end, okay? So again, save this as a PDF, then submit it through Gradebook. All right, 1.05. Before I leave 1.05, we're good. If you have specific questions, like how to upload, how to save it as a PDF, hang out at the end, and I'll be more than happy to go over it with you. All right, so there's 2 assignments this week. 1.05 as a written assignment. 1.06 is a quiz. Okay, so pull up on your lessons, take a look at 1.06. 1.06 is what is the mystery meaning. After completing this lesson, you will be able to use context clues to determine the meaning of a word. Somebody tell me, what is a context clue? What is a context clue? So in your chat box, put what a context clue is. Good, you guys are right. It's a word or words in a story hinting at the meaning. Okay, clues that the author gives you in order to figure out the meaning of a word. So your objective for 1.06 is to use context clues to determine the meaning of a word. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if this is something that you are familiar with and have done before. Thumbs up if you're familiar with this and you've done it before. Good. Especially those of you who were with me last year. We did this last year. Awesome. Good. Okay, so I don't need to go too in-depth into this, but just to review, context clues, words or phrases that help you understand unknown words are context clues. For an example, Alexis needs help, so a conundrum is likely something difficult or challenging. The note on the food is a warning, so unpalatable is likely something negative. Unknown word, unpalatable, or conundrum, the words around it give you context clues. Okay? At the end of the lesson, you take a quiz on determining the meaning of the unknown words. As I'm sure you've all figured out, the quizzes can be a little tricky. I do not want you to rush through 1.06. You still need to go through and read the lesson, take your notes, be familiar with the material in the lesson before you take the quiz. Okay? And where do you go to take the quiz? Where should you go to take the quiz? Gradebook! Yay! Good job. Robert, we go through Gradebook, not assessments. That way we know we can retake things there. Good job, guys. All right. One more thing. Next live lesson will be Monday, September 18th at 1 o'clock. Okay. I usually do my live lessons on Mondays. Yesterday, because of the cancellation of school, I moved it till today. So on Monday, September 18th at 1 p.m., we'll be reviewing and doing a live DBA. Okay. In order for it to count for your DBA, you need to join and participate for it to count for your DBA. Okay.